Remembering the 1982 FA Cup semi-final, History Friday, the 17th of August 2018, 8:40 by Clive Whittingham ahead of Saturday's trip to West Brom. LFW looks back at the FA Cup semi-final meeting between the sides at Highbury in 1982. Memorable match QPR 1 West Brom 0, Saturday, April 3, 1982, FA Cup semi-final. Following a club like QPR means big occasions are few and far between, and victories in them even scarcer, but the omens suggest we couldn't be playing anybody better this Saturday than West Bromwich Albion. When it really matters, QPR seem quite adept at dealing with the Baggies on the big day. Having beaten the First Division Albion side in the 1967 League Cup final while still in the third tier, a match we covered in the last history column prior to the home meeting this season, Rangers found themselves paired with the Baggies again in an FA Cup semi-final in 1982. Yars had needed replays to see off Middlesbrough and Blackpool, and also registered victories against Grimsby and Crystal Palace on their way to the Highbury showdown. West Brom meanwhile had beaten Blackburn, Norwich, Coventry and Gillingham in previous rounds and kept 3 clean sheets in the process. Once again Rangers went into the game in a lower division than their opponents, although this time there was only one league between the two. Terry Venables' men, and a changed strip of red, were competing in a first-ever FA Cup semi-final for the club, and more than 20,000 Rangers fans packed onto Highbury's famous North Bank for the match. West Brom, by contrast, held the competition record for semi-final appearances at the time. This was their 19th. Venables recalled Terry Fenwick and Ian Gillard as his full-backs. They'd been replaced by Ian Dawes and Warren Neal for the 2-0 league win against Sheffield Wednesday 5 days previous, but he was without suspended midfielder John Gregory. Baggies boss Ronnie Allen named 4 players in his lineup who'd played the last time they reached a semi-final in 1978, including Derek Stetham, who passed a late fitness test. Allen dropped Gary Owen to the bench in favour of Steve McKenzie, who had played in 2 cup semi-finals the previous season while with Manchester City. The goal threat was carried by Cyril Regis. Despite the greater big-game experience of the Albion side, the presence of Regis in attack in QPR's lower division status, it was the team with 8 London-born players in their starting 11 that threatened first. Flanagan crossed from the left, Allen hung back to give himself space in the penalty area, and his crisp volley flashed a yard wide of the clock-end goal with Grew beaten all ends up. Northern the Elder was always of the opinion that Tony Curry deserved more of a mention when people discussed great QPR players of the past, and he started and finished a move here that could have led to the opening goal. Initially, thanks to Curry, the move was slick and incisive, but when it descended into a farce and crowd of bodies on the edge of the area, Curry swooped in once more with a first-time shot that was blocked away. Curry found himself dictating the play at the start of the second half as well. He combined with Mikel White, who then swung over a deep cross which Flanagan knotted back, and Simon Stainrod, with 20 goals to his name already that season, flashed a volley wide of the post from the edge of the area. One of the big stories of the day was the manner in which former Wolves trainee Bob Hazel coped with Regis, but when Rangers finally won their first corner of the game 20 minutes from time, the giant centre-back had a chance to move forward into an offensive position of his own. Curry's initial delivery was well above his head, but Rangers' tenacity prevented Albion from clearing the corner, and 3 subsequent crosses, properly. Eventually the ball broke to Hazel in the area, and although West Brom were quickly in with a tackle, the ball smacked against the shin of Clive Allen and flew into the net to send the North Bank into delirium. It was Allen's 7th FA Cup goal of the season, and 15th overall. Flanagan went close to adding a second with a late header, and Stainrod had a decent penalty appeal waved away by Sheffield-based referee Keith Hackett, but comfortably saw out the victory. After the game, goal scorer Allen said, "We'd trained all week and set out our plan for the way we wanted to play. Terry had obviously given us the incentive to go and play as we wanted to and not to worry about West Brom, and that seemed to go pretty well. At halftime all he was concerned about was us keeping our authority on the game and going on and scoring." Overall we were the better side. I'm not saying it was a good game, but we were the better side. Venables himself added, it was a long 15 or 20 minutes to the end of the game. It's very emotional. We've got a few young boys in there who are emotionally full up. It's a wonderful moment for us. We wanted to keep the ball and try and run them out. They're a good side and we had to make sure they didn't catch us on the break. We had Tony Curry going into the back and our full-backs breaking, and I felt they had a problem trying to stop our full-backs. We were starting our build-ups mainly from wide positions and I felt that we did very well. We were 4-over-1 against today, which upset me in the first place. I thought that was a disgrace. That was quite a good spur for us because I think that upset everyone. QPR, Hucker, Fenwick, Hazel, Roeder, Gillard, Curry, Waddock, Flanagan, Allen, Stainrod, Micklewhite, West Brom, Grew, Batson, Statham, Sondervan, Weil, Robertson, Bennett, King, Regis, Cross, McKenzie. Highlights greater than QPR 3 West Brom 109, 10 highlights greater than West Brom 2 QPR 209, 10 highlights greater than West Brom 3 QPR 306, 07 highlights greater than QPR 1 West Brom 0 FA Cup Semi-Final 1982 highlights greater than West Brom 2 QPR 3 League Cup Final 1967 highlights recent meetings West Brom 1 QPR 4 Saturday, April 4, 2015 Premier League QPR went goal crazy on their last visit to the Hawthorns, completing an unlikely Premier League double and prolonging their survival hopes for another week. Tony Pulis had guided the Baggies into the security of mid-table after early struggles under Alan Irvine, while Rangers had struggled all season and won only once away from home. But the visitors surged into a 3-0 halftime lead with a long-range strike from Eduardo Vargas, a typical poacher's effort from a corner by Charlie Austin, and the club's goal of the season lobbed in from the corner of the area with the outside of his boot by Bobby Zamora. Anish Abe scored soon after halftime for the home side to set nerves back on edge, but a red card from Mulambu and late fourth from Joey Barton made it a rare away day to remember during our recent spell in the top flight. West Brom, Myhill 5, Beard 5, Olsen 65, 5, Macaulay 5, Lescott 5, Brent 5, Gardner 4, Mulambu 72, 4, Fletcher 6, Morrison 5, Sessignon 4, Anish AB 46, 7, Idai 5, Barahino 5 subs not used, Wisdom, Jacob, Pocognoli, Rose goals, Anish AB 57, assisted Barahino, red card, Mulambu 83, dangerous play, bookings, Sessignon 45, foul, Brunt 95, descent, QPR, Green 7, Isla 5, Cocker 6, Onu 08, Yun 6, Hill 82, Phillips 7, Barton 8, Sandro 7, Vargas 7, Cronchar 30, 7, Austin 7, Zamora 7, Henry 75, 6, subs not used, McCarthy, Sutherland, Hoylett, Daddy goals, Vargas 15, assisted Zamora, Austin 37, assisted Phillips, Cronchar, Zamora 44, assisted Phillips, Barton 94, assisted Phillips, Austin, bookings, Cocker 22, foul, Barton 73, handball, Henry 92, foul, QPR 3 West Brom 2, Saturday, December 20, 2014, Premier League. Charlie Austin made it a happy Christmas for QPR fans with a powerful hat-trick to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat in the first meeting between these sides that season. The Baggies flew out of the traps and looked a class apart from their hosts initially, surging into a 2-goal leads through Julian Lescott and Silvestre Varela. But a questionable penalty, awarded just 4 minutes after West Brom had gone 2-0 up, gave Austin a chance to smash QPR onto the scoresheet, changed the momentum of the game and sow a seed of doubt in the visitors' minds. He equalized after halftime, finishing a goalmouth scramble from close range at the loft end, and then rose to power in a vintage header 4 minutes from time when Joey Barton picked him out with a corner. His first QPR hat-trick, and what felt like an important victory, lifting QPR clear of the relegation zone, had been secured. Rangers haven't won a home match since QPR, Green 7, Onuoha 6, Dunn 7, Cocker 6, Yun 5, Hill 30, 6, Vargas 6, Hoylett 67, 6, Barton 7, Henry 6, Fair 5, Zamora 6, Crunchar 80, Austin 9, subs not used, Ferdinand, Phillips, McCarthy, much goals, Austin 24, penalty, 1 fair, 48, assisted Zamora, 86, assisted Barton, bookings, Dunn 38, foul, West Brom, Foster 5, Wisdom 6, Macaulay 5, Lescott 6, Pocognoli 5, Gombo 91, Sessignon 7, Gardner 6, Morrison 5, Doran 6, Varela 6, Brown 5, Barahino 69, 7, subs not used, Baird, Jacob, Myhill, Mulembu, Dawson goals, Lescott 10, assisted Sessignon, Varela 20, assisted Sessignon, West Brom 0, QPR 1, Tuesday, January 15, 2013, FA Cup third round replay. QPR rarely win FA Cup matches, and in 2012-13 they struggled to win games of any sort, just 4 victories all season in a miserable league campaign. However, they miraculously progressed through to the 4th round of the world's oldest knockout trophy that year, courtesy of an unlikely replay win at the Hawthorns against West Brom. Jay Bothroyd scored a rare goal, heading an Ale Forlan's cross 15 minutes from time, to set up a 4th round tie at home to MK Dons, in which the Rs were thrashed 4-2. West Brom, Myhill 6, Popov 6, Macaulay 6, Jones 6, Thomas 6, El Ghanassi 81, Morrison 7, Red 90, Thorne 6, Doran 6, Thomas 6, Odemwingie 71, 6, Rosenberg 7, Lukaku 6, subs not used, Foster, Olsen, Ridgewell, Dawson bookings, Thomas 50, foul, Rosenberg 76, foul, QPR, Green 8, Onuoha 8, Ferdinand 6, Hill 7, Benheim 7, Park 6, Derry 7, Forlan 6, Mackey 7, Tarap 90, Bothroyd 8, MB 80, Cisse 4, Wright Phillips 46, 7, subs not used, Murphy, Ephraim, Emmer, Hulse goals, Bothroyd 75, assisted Forlan, bookings, Benheim 17, foul, QPR 1, West Brom 1, Saturday, January 5, 2013, FA Cup third round. Less than a fortnight after the Baggies had won at Loftus Road in controversial fashion in a league, they returned to West London for an uninspiring FA Cup tie which featured a plethora of changes to both teams, and the strong sense that neither was that bothered about winning the game. It seemed as though the away side would be progressing through to round 4 when Shane Long finished smoothly 12 minutes from time, but the forgotten man of Harlington, Kieran Dyer, ran through on goal in injury time and stabbed in an equaliser to force a replay nobody wanted. QPR, Cesar 7, Dyer 6, Hill 6, Nelson 6, Onuoha 71, 6, Benheim 6, Park 5, Granera 5, Bothroyd 46, 5, Mbia 6, Mackey 5, Tarap 6, Campbell 6, subs not used, Green, Ferdinand, Forlan, Cisse, Derry goals, Dyer 90, assisted Benheim, West Brom, Myhill 6, Jones 6, Ridgewell 6, Macaulay 6, Thomas 6, Morrison 6, Thorne 7, Brunt 6, Jira 6, Fortune 21, 6, Thomas 45, 6, Long 7, Lukaku 6, Dawson 88, subs not used, Foster, Hara, El Ghanassi, Rosenberg goals, Long 78, assisted Thorne, bookings, Brunt 88, repetitive fouling, QPR 2, West Brom 1, Wednesday, December 26, 2012, Premier League. QPR manager was critical of referee Chris Foy when these sides met at Loftus Road in the league on Boxing Day in 2012. Chris Brunt fired the Baggies into a first-half lead against relegation-haunted QPR, but Jibril Cisse struck back with an equaliser midway through the second half. The game swung on 2 late refereeing calls, with Robert Green fumbling into his own net under pressure from Marc-Antoine Fortune, which would usually result in the award of a free kick to the goalkeeper, then Liam Ridgewell getting away with an obvious handball in his own area in injury time. QPR, Green 4, Fabio 5, Hoylett 64, 6, Ferdinand 5, Hill 6, Traore 5, Mackey 5, Forlan 4, Diakite 64, 6, Mbia 6, Wright Phillips 6, Tarap 5, Cisse 6, subs not used, Cesar, Derry, Granera, Dyer, Emmer goals, Cisse 68, assisted Mbia, bookings, Mbia 83, foul, West Brom, Foster 7, Jones 6, Macaulay 6, Olsen 6, Popov 6, Ridgewell 35, 6, Morrison 7. Thomas 86, Mulembu 8, Jira 6, Fortune 6, Brunt 7, Lukaku 6, Long 76, 6, subs not used, Myhill, Dorans, Rosenberg, Odemwingie goals, Brunt 29, unassisted, Greenog, assisted Brunt, West Brom 3, QPR 2, Saturday, October 6, 2012, Premier League. QPR produced a defensive horror show at the Hawthorns in October 2012 as they slipped to a 3-2 defeat. They fell behind early, when Shane Long powered down the right and delivered a sumptuous cross for James Morrison to open the scoring. When Anton Ferdinand failed to cut out another long cross at the midway point of the half, Zoltan Jera stuck home a second, but the deficit was set before the break when Adel Tarabt brilliantly pulled down a pass from Esteban Granera on his thigh, then turned and whipped a powerful volley into the net. That rather flattered Rangers, but it took until 5 minutes from time for the home team to seal the win with a goal from Yusuf Mulambu at the end of a slick move. Even then there was time for Granera to score a fine second goal for QPR and Jose Bossingwa to miss an absolute sitter to equalize with the final kick of the game. West Brom: Foster 6, Thomas 4, Hara 46, 5, Macaulay 7, Olsen 7, Popov 7, Jakob 6, Mulambu 8, Morrison 8, Odemwingie 6, Rosenberg 62, 6, Jera 7, Long 8, Lukaku 68, 6, subs, Daniels, Dawson, Dorans, Fortune goals, Morrison 5, assisted Long, Jera 22, assisted Long, Mulambu 85, assisted Hara, bookings, Thomas 25, repetitive fouling, Mulambu 90, time wasting, QPR, Cesar 6, Bossingwa 3, Nelson 6, Ferdinand 3, Hill 3, Traore 46, 5, Mbia 5, Willett 70, 5, Wright Phillips 4, Mackey 58, 5, Park 5, Granera 6, Tarabt 7, Zamora 5, subs, Green, Onuoa, Orland, Cisse goals, Tarabt 25, assisted Granera 90, unassisted, bookings, Park 45, foul, Mackey 87, foul, West Brom 1 QPR 0, Saturday, April 14, 2012, Premier League. An impressive run of 5 straight home wins at the end of last season put QPR in with a chance of survival in the Premier League after a disastrous winter had threatened to sink them. But with 3 games of the campaign left, and 2 of them on the road, it seemed as though the Rs would need to find a way to win an away game for the first time since November to make doubly sure of safety. With Man City away looming large on the final day of the campaign, the earlier trip to West Brom looked to be their best chance, but despite a big travelling support from West London, and the hosts having nothing to play for, they slipped to a meek 1-0 defeat. This was a tale of 2 goalkeepers, with Paddy Kenny culpable for Graham Doran's long-range opener at one end, while Ben Foster denied Bobby Zamora on 3 separate occasions with fine saves at the other. Ultimately Rangers survived anyway, winning a crucial game at home to Stoke a week later, but it was no thanks to their lousy away form, which persists to this day. West Brom: Foster 8, Jones 7, Macaulay 6, Dawson 6, Ridgewell 6, Brunt 7, Mulambu 7, Doran 7, Andrews 71, 6, Thomas 7, Shauna 80, Fortune 6, Long 59, 6, Odemwingie 7, subs not used, Daniels, Shorey, Hurst, Cox booked, Mulambu, foul, Ridgewell, time wasting, Dorans, foul, goals, Dorans 22, unassisted, QPR, Kenny 5, Onuoa 5, Ferdinand 6, Hill 7, Taiwo 7, Traore 77, 6, Barton 6, Dykite 6, Derry 5, Wright Phillips 56, 6, Mackey 6, Zamora 6, Tarabt 6, Helgeson 75, 6, subs not used, Cerny, Gabidon, Busecki, Young QPR 1, West Brom 1, Saturday, December 3, 2011, Premier League. QPR were left to count the cost of a series of missed chances as West Brom escaped from Loftus Road with a point last December. Heider Helgeson gave the home side a first-half lead, and Sean Wright Phillips thought he'd doubled it shortly afterwards, only to be incorrectly flagged offside. Rangers had only themselves to blame thereafter though, with Joey Barton's open goal howler at the loft end the pick of a series of sitters. The inevitable equalizing goal, from Shane Long, came 9 minutes from time after Chris Brunt had been allowed to run unchecked through the heart of the Rs midfield. QPR: Cerny 7, Young 6, Gabidon 6, Ferdinand 6, Traore 7, Mackey 7, Barton 7, Forlan 8, Wright Phillips 7, both Red 6, Busecki 74, 5, Helgeson 8, subs not used, Putnams, or, Hill, Derry, Tarabt, Smith goals, Helgeson 20, assisted Barton. West Brom: Foster 7, Reed 6, Olsen 6, Macaulay 6, Shorey 6, Thomas 6, Odemwingie 65, 7, Doran 7, Choi 78, 6, Mulambu 8, Shauna 83, Morrison 7, Brunt 7, Long 7 subs not used, Fulip, Dawson, Jones, Cox booked, Long, Thomas, red goals, Long 81, QPR 3 West Brom 1, Saturday March 6, 2010, Championship. Neil Warnock's successful reign as QPR manager started with an unlikely win in his first match in charge against West Brom. The Baggies were top of the league and heading back to the Premiership under Roberto Di Matteo and were heavy favourites to win at Loftus Road against a QPR side with just one win from their previous 11 matches and about to start life under their fourth permanent manger of the season. Relegation was starting to look like a serious possibility for the Super Hoops, but Warnock's impact was instant. Jay Simpson made the most of a poor piece of goalkeeping from Scott Carson to tap in from close range after 13 minutes, and that lead was doubled 5 minutes later when a glorious through ball from Alejandro Forlan set up Matt Connolly for a rare goal. When Brunt halved the deficit before halftime, a nervous second half seemed likely, but Rangers re-established their advantage when Carson again treated them to a soft goal. Akos Buzsaki the beneficiary directly from a free kick on this occasion. QPR, Aikme 8, Connolly 7, Gork 7, Stewart 7, Hill 6, Tarapt 7, Ramage 69, 6, Ligertwood 7, Forlan 8, Ephraim 6, Buzsaki 59, 7, Priskin 6, Vine 77, 6, Simpson 7 subs not used, Cerny, Belonta, Borrowdale, German booked, Priskin, Descent, Forlan, foul, goals, Simpson 13, assisted Tarapt, Connolly 18, assisted Forlan, Buzsaki 67, free kick West Brom, Carson 3, red 6, Thomas 6, Olsen 7, check. 6, Miller 64, 5, Morrison 6, Doran 68, 6, Mulembu 7, Watson 6, Brunt 7, Thomas 7, Cox 6, subs not used, Keeley, Maddock, Corin, Moore, made a booked, check, foul, Brunt, foul, goals, Brunt 36, assisted Thomas, West Brom 2 QPR 2, Monday, December 14, 2009, Championship. Before Christmas that season, Rangers travelled to the Hawthorns once more under the guidance of a brand new managerial team. In the wake of Jim Magilton's suspension, youth team coaches Steve Gallen and Mark Bircham took the reins for a match televised live by Sky. The Rs stunned their hosts by surging into a 2-goal lead just after half-time, with Kaspar Gorks first forcing an own goal from Olsen from a Ben Watson corner, then heading another set-piece from the Ginger midfielder in himself. Sadly, Rangers couldn't hold on, getting nervous and dropping deep when Jerome Thomas fired home after a defensive scramble and then collapsing in injury time when Alejandro Forlan and Alessandro Palacore contrived to give the ball away in the Baggies' half and Simon Cox stole in to bury an equalizer with the last kick of the game. West Brom, D. Keeley 8, G. Zui Verloon 7, R. Bednar 85, Ameda 5, J. Olsen 6, J. Maddock 5, C. Brunt 6, G. Hara 6, G. Doran 7, J. Thomas 8, L. Moore 5, C. Wood 64, 6, S. Cox 7 subs not used, R. Alsop, M. Check, F. Teixeira, Y. Mulembu, S. Martis book, Brunt, foul, Cox, Descent, goals, Thomas 67, assisted, Cox 93, assisted Bednar, QPR, R. Cerny 6, P. Ramage 5, D. Stewart 7, K. Gorks 8, T. Williams 6, Routledge 6, M. Ligertwood 7, B. Watson 6, J. Simpson 5, F. Hall 90, A. Tarapt 7, A. Forlan 81, P. Agyeming 6, A. Palacore 84, subs not used, R. Taylor, R. Vine, M. Alberti, J. Parker goals, Olsen own goal 56, assisted Watson, Gork 62, assisted Watson. Previous results head-to-head greater than West Brom wins 18 greater than draws 10 greater than QPR wins 16 and 2014 15th West Brom 1 QPR 4, Vargas, Austin, Zamora, Barton, 2014-15 QPR 3 West Brom 2, Austin 3, 2012-13 West Brom 0 QPR 1 *, both Royd, 2012-13 QPR 1 West Brom 1 *, Dyer, 2012-13 QPR 1 West Brom 2, Cisse, 2012-13 West Brom 3 QPR 2, Tarapt, Granera, 2011-12 West Brom 1 QPR 0 and 2011-12 QPR 1 West Brom 1, Helgeson, 2009-10 QPR 3 West Brom 1, Simpson, Connolly, Buzsaki, 2009-10 West Brom 2 QPR 2, Olsenog, Gorks, 2007-08 QPR 0 West Brom 2, 2007-08 West Brom 5 QPR 1, Ainsworth, 2006-07 QPR 1 West Brom 2, Blackstock, 2006-07 West Brom 3. QPR 3, Stewart, Gallen, Nygard, 2001 QPR 2, West Brom 0, Plummer, Kojo, 2001 West Brom 2 QPR 1, Kiwimia, 1999, 00, QPR 0 West Brom 0 1999, 00 West Brom 0 QPR 1, Wardley, 1998-99 QPR 2 West Brom 1, Reddy, Peacock, 1998-99 West Brom 2 QPR 0 and 1997-98 West Brom 1 QPR 1, Dowie, 1997-98 QPR 2 West Brom 0, Sharon, Peacock, 1996-97 West Brom 4 QPR 1, Spencer, 1996-97 QPR 0 West Brom 2 and 1985-86 QPR 1 West Brom 0, Bannister, 1985-86 West Brom 0 QPR 1, Robinson, 1984-85 West Brom 0 QPR 0 and 1984-85 QPR 3 West Brom 1, Stainrod 2, Fenwick, 1983-84 QPR 1 West Brom 1, Faraday, 1983-84 West Brom 1 QPR 2, Stainrod, Fenwick, 1982-83 West Brom 3 QPR 2 asterisk, Fenwick, Micklewhite, 1981-82 QPR 1 West Brom 0 asterisk, C. Allen, 1978-79 West Brom 2 QPR 1, McGee, 1978-79 QPR 0 West Brom 1 and 1977-78 West Brom 2 QPR 0 and 1977-78 QPR 2 West Brom 1, Bowles, Easto, 1976-77 West Brom 1 QPR 1, G. Francis, 1976-77 QPR 1 West Brom 0, Gillard, 1972-73 West Brom 2 QPR 1 asterisk Givens, 1968-69 QPR 0 West Brom 4 and 1968-69 West Brom 3 QPR 1, Clark, 1966-67 QPR 3 West Brom 2 asterisk R. Morgan, Marsh, Lazarus, 1948-49 West Brom 1 QPR 1, Poynton, 1948-49 QPR 0 West Brom 2 asterisk FA Cup asterisk League Cup connections Jorge Santos, greater than West Brom 2000 greater than QPR 2004-2006 Jorge Santos was born in Marseille but played international football for the Cape Verde Islands. He first arrived on these shores in 1998 when he signed for Tranmere Rovers, then a first division team, from his first club Toulon. QPR's first encounter with Jorge came shortly after his arrival. Rangers, in their third season outside the Premier League, headed to Merseyside to face Rovers in February 1999 and were beaten 3-2. Santos was booked, but it was a miracle that he stayed on the field after rampaging around the place for the entire match, doing pretty much as he pleased. I remember my aunt turning to me at one point that day and asking whether Santos was playing to a different set of rules to everybody else. That rather set the tone for a lot of his time in England. He was booked 14 times in the 1998-99 season, and in total picked up 68 yellows and 6 reds in 9 seasons in English football. And yet off the field he was the most affable person you could ever meet, almost studious in his thin-rimmed spectacles. On the old transfer deadline day in 2000, Gary Megson moved to bring Santos to the Hawthorns to add steel to a team fighting against relegation. The Baggies looked all set for the second division, but with Santos added to the team they survived at the last at the expense of near neighbours Walsall, thanks in no small part to a 0-0 draw at Loftus Road on the penultimate day of the campaign. Santos turned down an extended contract at the end of the season and decamped to Sheffield United with Neil Warnock, and the bad blood between him and the Baggies would only increase from there. It was in Sheffield that Santos became embroiled in an incident against West Brom for which he is best remembered in this country. Having been seriously injured by Baggies midfielder Andy Johnson the season before, Johnson's elbow fractured Santos' eye socket. Santos sought retribution after being brought on as a second-half substitute at Bramwell Lane in March 2002. United were already 2-0 down and had been reduced to 10 men earlier in the game when Santos deliberately flew into a knee-high two-footed lunge on Johnson that brought an immediate red card within 90 seconds of his introduction. In the ensuing melee, Patrick Suffo, himself a substitute sent on at the same time as Santos, headbutted Darren Moore and was also sent off. Soon 3-0 down and reduced to 8 men, Warnock started instructing players to feign injury and come off, soon reducing his team to 6 men and forcing the abandonment of the game. To be fair to Warnock, Santos never played for the Blades again. Santos